Well, we've seen enough of these kinds of videos. We don't need to see another one. I certainly don't need to force you, my beloved audience, to endure another one of these. But the problem is that I endured it, I suffered through it, and I know that you, as my beloved audience, would want to share in my suffering. I know that you would. That's the kind of bond that we have. So really, I'm showing this to you because I know that deep down you want to see it because I have. And so I regret to inform you that they're singing again. They won't stop. They won't stop, can't stop. They refuse to stop. They should be stopped, but they aren't. So they keep on singing. Left-wing protesters suffer from a kind of musical Tourette syndrome. They just break out into song and they can't help it. So now here is former NIH director Francis Collins singing at a rally at the Lincoln Memorial on Friday. The point of the rally was, I don't know what, it was something about science. They're rallying to defend science or something. But here it is.
Well, this is a song for all the good people who are part of this family. This is a song for all the good people. We're joined together by this noble dream. Have you got that? So it's just all the good people, but the second line, part of this family, and the last line, we're joined together by this noble dream. Do that with me. This is a song for all the good people. All the good people who are part of this family. This is a song for all the good people. We're joined together by this noble dream. Well, this is a song for all of those dreamers. We're looking for answers to come our way. Scientists, doctors, students, all seekers. We share in the hopes for a much brighter day. Come on now. Well, this is a song for all the good people. All the good people who are part of this family. This is a song for all the good people. We're joined together by this noble dream.
There you go. You know what? This actually ticks me off. It actually makes me angry when I watch videos like this. And not because it's a god-awful, hideously terrible song, although it is. Not because Francis Collins has the singing voice of a camel. Not because the lyrics sound like a sixth grader's creative writing assignment. Not because of any of that. I mean, all of that makes the listening experience very unpleasant. The song is an atrocity, don't get me wrong. It's a tragedy. Flags should be flying at half-mast for a week across the country because of this song. But that's not it. I'll tell you what makes me mad. And actually, envious. Mad and envious. I'll be totally honest with you. It's the self-confidence of these people up there singing their awful songs. I wish I had that insane level of self-confidence that they have. Imagine how happy these people must be. Imagine how blissfully happy Francis Collins is. I want to be that happy. Just no self-awareness at all. Like, there are plenty of people who are actually good singers and yet would never sing in front of a crowd because they're self-conscious and they're unsure of themselves. And yet here is Francis Collins not only belting out this terrible song in his toad voice, but actually trying to get the crowd to sing along with it. The arrogance of that. Nobody in the crowd has ever heard the song before because he made it up. Yet he's singing it and he's like, come on, everyone, join in. Come on, people. Why aren't you singing? Because they don't know the words, Francis. You wrote the words. They were not in your living room when you were practicing this song in front of your wife, who encouraged you way more than she should have. So, and yet here he is playing it proudly and trying to turn it into a sing-along. Totally confident, blissfully, insanely confident, undeserved confidence. That's what I want. I want that kind of confidence. I want to be that sure of myself all the time. It must be great. It must be so great to be like that. It's not great for the rest of us that we have to be around people like this, but it's great to be that person. I assume. I mean, just for comparison's sake, you know, I made a movie, I made 2 movies, big hits. I'm confident in both of them. I like both movies. I know they're good. They did really well. And yet, when we finally put Am I Racist on for my kids a few weeks ago, I was nervous. I was nervous for my kids to see it. I was actually nervous that my children were going to watch the movie. I'm sitting there on pins and needles, right? Pins and needles waiting to get the verdict on the movie from my 11-year-old. And they all loved it, of course. And I'm their dad. They love seeing their dad in the movie. They've watched it like 4 times since then. The point, though, is that I was nervous to show a quality piece of content to a small audience of my own family. Okay, so and yet here is Francis Collins without a care in the world, no nerves, no shyness, performing the worst song of all time in front of an audience of people in DC. I hate that. I wish I was that oblivious. I really do. I wish I had no self-awareness. Every time I see somebody with no self-awareness, walking into a room, you know, talking, like boring everyone to death with their dumb stories, making everything awkward, but they don't notice it. They don't know they're doing it. And I think to myself, man, it must be great. It must be great. It must just feel great to be like that. You end up making a total ass of yourself all the time, but who cares? Like, you don't care. You don't even know what's happening. So, I don't know. I wish I could be like Francis Collins, only in that regard. And I am similar to him in that we both have, neither of us can sing. The only difference is that because I know I can't sing, I would never, ever sing in front of anyone ever, ever, ever. And yet he's into it. He's having a great time inflicting that on the rest of us. It's amazing. Hey, YouTube, thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like access to my full show with no ads, you should go to dailywire.com and use promo code Walsh to get 2 months free on all annual plans. See you there.